How's it going, everyone? My name is Ben. How are you guys doing today? What I have for you today in this video is a review of the Ultra Thin Portable Power by Straight Talk, or at least, that's the packaging that it's in right now. I'm not exactly 100% sure what the actual company that made this product is, but this was in a Straight Talk packaging, and this was purchased at my local Walmart, and I've actually had this for quite a few months now, a little bit more than that. I bought this back in October in 2014, and at the time I paid $19.96 for it, or at least that's what it was retailed for. And then, I just recently checked online. You could get it for $18.99 off of Amazon, but that's when you have to check the sellers. So it's not like you can just hit the buy now button and that was it. But anyway, here's the packaging itself. So as you can see, it is very thin. Of course, it's already open because that's how I use the product. And this is 2400 milliamp hours, as you see right here. And it's supposed to give you 68 more hours of music playback, and then 18 more hours of Wi-Fi, 12 hours of talk time, and that's pretty much it. It even gives you the dimensions right here. Well, at least for the width of the device itself. So as you can see, this is a basic small packaging right here, and then let's go ahead and take a look at the product itself. Alright, so we're done with that packaging, and let's go ahead and take this thing out. And then of course you get a little note right here, which I never even read, so I don't know what that note is for. Alright, so here is the device itself. Now, as you notice, there was no cable right here in this packaging right here, and this thing, you do have to charge it through a micro USB port right there, as you can see. So what are you going to do in terms of charging? Well, on that same day when I bought this thing, I also had to purchase my own micro USB cable, which cost me $4.46 at the time. And I'm not sure how much it is right now. If you buy it from Walmart, obviously you can buy it cheaper wherever you want to buy it. And so just keep that in mind. If you are going to buy that one, you're going to have to buy your own cord. And they're still selling these without a micro USB cord in it. So just keep that in mind. Now, unless if you have one lying around, like if you have a Samsung Galaxy smartphone, Android smartphone in general, more than likely they use micro USB ports, unless some of them use a proprietary connector. But you can also use those to charge this thing right here. So just keep that in mind. So as you can see, here is the device itself. So as you can see, it is very small. I mean, here it is compared to the iPhone 5 right here. So here's an iPhone 5, and as you can see, this thing is a lot smaller than the iPhone 5. And as far as thickness is concerned, they're relatively about the same. And this is a plastic finish right here. So as you can see, I got lots of hairline scratches, putting this in and out of my pocket, putting it in and out of my laptop bag. Just let it slide around in my laptop bag like so. So that's gonna get beat up no matter what. Plus, it also is gonna get fingerprints. As you can see, there's nothing on the left side right here, nothing on the top. On the right here, you saw that micro USB port that I just showed you, and here is a USB port, and that's how you're gonna charge your device. So let me get my iPhone 5 right here. So here is a lightning connector right here, and I'm going to plug it up right here. And of course, this button right here is to light up the LED indicators right here, which lets you know how much of a charge this thing has in order to charge your phone or device, whatever the case may be. Alright, and I'm going to plug this into the iPhone 5 right here. And I just want to show you that it is charging right now, as you can see right there. Now, alright, so that's how it works, and then all you have to do is unplug it in order to stop charging with it. And that's pretty much how this thing works in terms of charging. So, as you can see, that's how it works, and I've used this thing for the time I had it with my iPhone 5 right here. And I have some data right here that I have on my phone to tell you guys how the charging worked and what was the status. So basically I was testing this out, from a dead iPhone to fully charge it, and then how long this thing lasts. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys the first time for the charging. So the first time I charged this thing, I went from dead to about 91% on this thing. Now, even though I went on 91% on the battery backup right here, this thing still had juice left. And 91%, and then after I reboot my iPhone 5, because, this thing is crazy when it comes to the battery percentage, because of a software issue, it jumped back to 95%, and there were 2 dots left on this thing right here. So 2 of these LED indicators already went out, so I had half a charge left. Then the second time, I went from a dead iPhone 5 to 96%, and then I rebooted it, went back to 100%. And then this thing had 1 light left. And then the third time I tried to charge it, this thing was actually dead, so I could not charge my iPhone at all. So then the fourth time, I charged it from a dead iPhone to 94% on this thing, and after rebooting it 100%, there were still 4 dots on here, 4 of the lights right here. And the fifth time I charged it, I went from 25% to 94% and 100% after reboot with 2 indicator lights on here. Then the sixth time I charged it from dead to 58%, and then I rebooted my iPhone 5 to 68% after reboot. This thing was completely dead. Now, as you heard, like I said, it didn't fully charge my phone all the way up to 100%. Why is that? Because here's the thing. When this thing, as you can see, I don't know if it'll do it right here. Let me try doing it again right now. And let me get my iPhone 5 set up right here. Okay, so that time it didn't do it. But there are times where I plug in my iPhone 5, this thing will not charge. And there's a reason for that. Because I think what this thing is doing, it's trying to save battery as you are not using it. The reason why it's doing that, I believe, is because, since there's no on or off switch right here, as you would find in some of the battery cases, like the Mophie Juice Pack Air, and then you got some by, I believe it was Incipio, or whatever the companies may be. I know the top company for making battery cases for devices would be the Mophie Juice Pack Air or something, or Mophie in general. I think what it's doing is, it's not going to start a charge until I actually push this button right here to turn on the LED indicators in order for it to start charging. That did happen to me a few times before, where I had to push this button in order for it to charge, because it did not charge my iPhone 5 to 100%, and I'm thinking that's for saving the battery on this thing, so that way I'm not always draining the battery. Because if you guys have owned iPhone 3G, 3GSs before, and if you remember the Mophie Juice Pack, the very first one that they made for the iPhone 3G and 3GS, there was no on or off button or off switch right there until they came out with the Juice Pack Air for the 3G and 3GS, where it had the on or off switch. This one, as you see, does not have it. I mean, I got a label right there. I got the USB port. I got a micro USB port right here, but there's no such switch except for this button right here to show how much of a charge I have left in this thing right here. So that's probably why it'll stop charging by itself without me even having to unplug the cable of my iPhone 5 right here, or my iPod Touch, or a tablet, or dash cams, whatever the case may be. I did use this with multiple devices before. It did work. Well, I'll take that back. The only thing I didn't try with was a tablet, because I don't have one with me at the moment, or at the time I used it, but I'm pretty sure it'll work. So 2400 milliamp hours on this thing, and do I like it or not? Yes, I do like it, because this is a battery backup, and if you're always out and about, whether you're going out with family, whether you're at work or something, and you don't have an outlet near you, and you need to charge your device, phone, tablet, or whatever the case may be. I'm pretty sure this will work with a tablet. It'll probably take up a lot more power. And you're running dead. You can have this thing with you and just keep the two devices in your pocket, and try to manage the cable if you can without it getting in the way. And just let it charge as you are walking around town or doing what you gotta do. That's pretty much it. This is more for the people who want to, charge a device if they're not near an outlet, but they want to put it on their desk. Go ahead. If you're gonna be mobile and about, I probably would suggest you getting or looking into a battery case like Mophie, for example. And of course, there are some other manufacturers right there that I'm not aware of at the moment. But I have seen it before. I just can't list them off the top of my head. But basically, there are two different kinds of battery backups, and they serve for different purposes. Now, I did keep both of these in my pocket one time. I had no problem with it whatsoever. Nothing, bulging or whatever. Because my iPhone 5, I'm using it without a case right now. But I'm sure if I had the case on, it could be a little bit difficult since it does add a little bit of bulk to the phone. But the only thing that I had to, figure out was like managing this cable, because you're gonna have tons of stuff in your pocket if you're gonna be having cable clutter in there, unless you manage it very well. So other than that, do I recommend this? Go ahead. I do recommend it. If you're looking for something like this, nice and small, something that you can carry in your pocket, and then just need a basic backup. This is the one that you could look after. There are many different kinds out there. You can definitely check them out. I mean, I bought this at my local Walmart, and I got a pretty decent experience out of it. Now, I will try to find a link in Amazon, but like I said before, it's not an actual link to where you can actually purchase it directly from Amazon. Be aware you're going to have to purchase it from a third party. And I don't know where else you can find these online other than Amazon and eBay, but Walmart may still be selling these right now. So definitely look around, and if you probably don't want to get this one in particular, that's fine. I suggest you keep cross shopping around the internet, because you always want to have a battery backup. Because you never know when you're going to go dead, especially when you have an iPhone 5 running on iOS 8, where the battery percentage is not reading correctly, and it just sucks because you're down. You start at 78%, for example, and then all of a sudden it reads that you're all the way down to 43%. So in terms of battery percentage, it's really jumpy. Apple hasn't fixed that yet. You never know when you're going to go dead like that. You could be on 25%, and then you're automatically down to 0, and then your device shuts off. You have this with you. You're all set. You don't have to worry about it. If your device shuts down, no big deal. Plug the connectors in, and if you have to push the button to activate it, go ahead. And right now my phone's on 31%. I was using it today. So that's basically how a battery backup works. So if you like this video, go ahead and click the like button down below. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe if you guys want to see more videos like this. And follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Links to those will be in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.